Hello there, I'm Lucinda Tinsley, and in this video Mike is going to explain how you can make residual income from Hempwork's MyDailiy Choice. He goes into detail at the different levels that you can come in with and the commitment that you need to make if you decide to join our team. You'll see that it's no pyramid scheme but a genuine structure that's designed to help everyone win who contributes. It took me a while to understand it all, but now I see it's a great company to be involved with, and also you can make a really good business from this company. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're looking to make extra income or start an online business, then you really do need to know about this company. So over to Mike and he'll tell you all the details.
All right, welcome everybody. Looks like we got a lot of people piling on here. I'm going to see if I can find Robin and make her an organizer to kind of help us manage the mics and everything. And you out there, Robin?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Are you already an organizer?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I think I can search for you here. All right. All right. We'll get started here in just a second, guys. Okay, so I guess I made you a co-host, Robin.
Okay, great.
All right, guys, so let's go ahead and begin. Welcome again for those that just joined us. Robin, are we able to have more than 100 people on here at a time?
Huh.
I see that it stopped at 100.
I think I thought it was 1,000, but
So I think it maxed out at 100. We thought we could have 1,000 on here. So those that are listening to the replay that tried to get on, I apologize. We will get the replay out as soon as we can. So guys, let your teams know, because we definitely had a lot more than 100 people hopping on, and it maxed out at 100. So we'll have to look into that. But I'll go ahead and jump in. We'll push this replay out, and guys, we're really excited because we're about ready to turn on level 2 guerrilla online marketing strategies. I'm going to talk about that, what that means, not only what that means in terms of what is it, but also what it means to you guys. I'm just going to jump right in and start with what we see on the screen here. When you give people a clear path to create residual income that they can see themselves easily doing, you change lives. And I've seen it. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, not just in the networking industry. I even left that industry for a few years, did online marketing, but it's the same mentality, the mindset of success. When people can see it and they can see how they can do it, then it's pretty natural and it happens. It's when they don't see the clear path that you have an issue. So that's what today is about. I want to set this up by, I don't look this young anymore. I used to take a lot of photos when I looked real good, and I don't seem to find myself in front of the camera anymore as I age. It's just not as exciting. But I do need to push some new pictures out there to update them, because you can see I look like a kid here. My kids next to me in the upper left-hand corner are just tiny. Now my daughter there on the right of me is going to college. But freedom is real, guys. These pictures were taken. In fact, this was the same week. I was playing with my kids out there on the beach in the summer of 2010 at a beach house that we rented for a week, and I invited some photographers that were going to film me and stuff, because I wanted to do some branding. That's when I was into that kind of stuff a lot more than I am today. Now I'm much more low key in the way I do my marketing, because I want it to be duplicatable, and not everybody's going to do that. The picture of me there working behind the laptop, you see the beach there behind me. It's the same beach that I'm playing with my kids. My point is, and this was years after I had achieved that, but it was the first time in my life I was really demonstrating it to people, saying, hey, this is like real, and this is what you can achieve. But my point is, freedom is real, it's accessible, but not if you don't believe it. And this comes back to, if you see a clear path, people are going to take it. Now, what freedom looks like to you might be different than what it was for me back then. Because for me, it was being able to play on the beach with my kids and then go in and get some work done and then, go play again out in the water. That to me was freedom at that time in my life. Now it looks a little bit different. My kids are older. And now obviously with the coronavirus issue, we can't even go to the beach here in Oregon, even if it was a nice day outside, which it's starting to get to be. But the point is, depending on what's going on in your life, freedom can look different, but we all want it. That's not the issue. The issue is people just need a clear path to do it, and that's what today is all about. Trish, who just enrolled with us last month, who's doing exceptionally well here in her first month, she really demonstrates freedom from another perspective. Even when you're early in this businthis, this is what freedom looks like for her at a given moment in her day. She posted this today. I just saw this come up. I mean, this is our lives. I just want this to be really understood. For those of you who aren't really woven into what we're doing yet, and you're on the outside looking in, creating this freedom lifestyle is real. What it looks like to you can be different depending on who you are and where you're at in your life. But freedom is obviously something everybody wants, to be able to do what they want with their day, to not have major financial limitations in their decision making, to not feel fear or anything when they look forward to the future financially, to be able to get up and kind of move around your day, being where you want, when you want. Everyone wants that. You get to define it how you want to. And I really want it to be really clear to you guys that that is real. It's how we live. I'm going to read this post from Trish, and then we'll move forward with you seeing a clear path to achieve it. Because I know when someone sees and understands a clear path that they can see themselves achieving and doing, they'll do it. It's natural. We all want it. It's just not being clear. So that's what today's about. But let me read this post from Trish. She says, I just saw this today. It just happened to come up because this is our lives, guys. She posts, I started off my day, this was today, working my home business inside. She had a little picture of her that she took of herself inside. But then the sun came out. I grabbed my laptop and moved outside. And this is a picture of her that she took outside. She posted this on Facebook. I just happened to see it. She goes, the sun and this breeze feels awesome on my body. I think I'm going to start some short Facebook videos of what I'm doing in my home business. Y'all can see how you can do it too. By the way, I'm loving it. I'm learning something new every day. Now, she's just been with us for a month, but this is what freedom is for her in this particular moment. When I became a nurse, I had to learn how to become a nurse. It didn't happen overnight. I'm learning a new skill today that will serve me in the future. Are you doing something different today that will change your future a year from now or 5 years from now? And this, what I really like about what Trish does for people is she doesn't just demonstrate like she did here what the experience of freedom looks like in her life, but also she really underscores how that starts in the mind. So I'm going to get to the tangible today, guys, but none of this will happen for you if you're so closed down that you can't even hear it. So that's why I wanted to read this to you. She wrote, have a mind that is open to everything and attached to nothing. She quoted Wayne Dyer, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Before change can happen in your life, you have to be open for change to occur. Let go of your limiting beliefs of how you think things should be. And she ends it with, I think, a quote that was from Ford, if you think you can't or think you can, either way, you're right. So as long as you're open, I'm going to show you a really clear path to achieving freedom, whatever that looks like for you. Now, I know most of you know this, and I don't say this to boast or brag. I share the results that I've gotten in the company so far, and I just started about 3.5 months ago. I share the results that I got because I want you to know where this information is coming from. What I'm doing clearly works. And I know I'm not going to friends and family and building my network that way. I'm not going to be telling you to make a names list. Nothing wrong with those old school strategies. And they obviously work. They built a multi-billion-dollar industry. But for a lot of people, that doesn't work. And it's not what worked for me. And so I'm going to show you another path that I know you all can easily see yourself doing. And if you want to do the old school tactics and strategies of going to friends and family, these kinds of things on top of what I'm showing you, or if that's something you're good at, awesome. I'm going to be showing you a different path. But I want to show you where where the message and the strategy is coming from. These strategies work. In December, when I enrolled 214 people. And there in the first month, most of them were at the executive level. And this is just a snapshot of the leaderboard. In January, I think I was in the top 15. I started to devote my attention to building the system so you guys could duplicate it. Because I knew that the emails that I write and the presentations that I make and the funnel pages that Robin helps create and that she creates, the technical side and everything that she does on video for you guys, like that's something that not everybody can duplicate. So we had to put our time and attention to setting that up. But we still, are on top of the leaderboards here last month, February. This shows that I was third. This month in March so far, and we're almost at the end of March, I'm listed as fourth at this time. Again, 49 enrollments this month, 49 enrollments last month. I share that with you because I want you to understand that when I lay out a strategy and a path for you to be able to just excel and to be able to build a distribution network, which is what we're doing here. I'm going to talk about that because, again, you need to be clear on what it is we're doing. It's not just a program. It's not just a company that, is in network marketing and, pays you commission checks. I want you to understand exactly what's happening. You're going to be clear today. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know that it works. What I'm showing you works. Okay, so let's, in the spirit of you being clear on this path for you to create freedom in your life, financial freedom, time freedom, I want you to understand the model. And I'm not going to go too deep into this because I want to get into our specific strategy today, but our specific strategy won't make sense to you if you don't understand what network marketing is and how it relates to the traditional business models that people are trained in schools to go work in. So network marketing is obviously the entrepreneurial side. So people aren't trained traditionally to have the mindset for it or understand what in the heck is going on. So let me make sure you understand this at the foundation. So a lot of times they call these a pyramid, right? But it's actually very false because I want you to notice that at the top we have a guy named John. And then over here we have Pam. And down here we have Mike. And let's say this is me down here in the lower right-hand corner underneath John. Now, I'm not even underneath Pam. So, it's not a pyramid because Pam isn't going to make money from anything that I create. She didn't have anything to do with it, and she's not even on the same team. So that's one thing that makes it very different from a corporate pyramid, which is the traditional corporate structure. I want you to understand this. Now, Mike over here, let's say that's me, has the opportunity to build a large, listen carefully, listen very carefully, Mike over here, or you, wherever you are, have the opportunity to build a larger distribution network and make more money than John here up at the top. That is not true in a corporate pyramid where you have the CEO at the top, the president, the vice presidents, middle management, supervisors, and then the employees down at the bottom. And of course, they're selling products or services down below that. And there might be other people that are kind of part of this income stream that are making money while they're in Bermuda or having fun on vacation that were a part of putting it together, investors and so forth. In this organizational structure, if you're somewhere in the supervisor or hardworking employee level, you do not have an opportunity in this structure, nor are you encouraged, supported, or assisted in any way, shape, or form to create value for this organization and end up, because of that, making more money than the CEO at the top. You cannot do that. In fact, if a hardworking employee ends up inventing something, this company will claim ownership of it, the CEO will make a ton more money, and that employee won't. In fact, I happen to know a story like that here in Oregon. In a tea company, a guy from India wanted to make a better line of chai. And so he gave the company his recipe, and the company ended up making tens of millions of dollars from that new chai tea line that employee created. He got a little plaque. The CEO got a huge bonus. That's very typical in a corporate pyramid. Now, if you want to work in a corporate pyramid, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't get confused about what's a pyramid and what isn't just because the traditional educational system is obviously skewed towards creating a mindset and teaching people to fit into the existing power structure. Makes perfect sense. The people in power want you to be trained to support what they created, and that's in place. But what's cool about most of the free societies is we still have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to become entrepreneurial. We have an opportunity to create our own destiny. Network marketing is merely a path, a vehicle that makes it really, really simple for people to do that. Now, in both cases, whether you're talking about the corporate true pyramid or the network marketing model, you are in a structure, you're in both cases, you're in an organization that's goal is basically the same. It's to move products or services to the end consumer. That's all that's happening. It's just in the corporate pyramid, you're limited in terms of how much you can make. It's not that you can't move up the pyramid, but it's usually competitive. And if you bring a lot more value to the company, you're not rewarded anywhere close in the same way as you are if you bring more value to the company and the network marketing model. So why does the network marketing model often have some kind of negative stigma to it? Well, because it's open to everybody. So any ding dong can join it and do stupid stuff, and so that's why it makes sense. It's going to have people doing methods of building their business and so forth that a lot of people are going to be turned off by. There's no standard. There's no really, it's entrepreneurial. People get to do it however they want. And since a lot of people can enter at such a low bar, not everyone's going to be successful. We don't want, even though we have made it, I'm going to lay it out for you guys today. We have made it really, really easy for someone to participate. We even set a bar, like we have to put a line somewhere and say, look, if you can't meet this bar, if you can't meet these commitments, then we're not willing to have you on the team and to give you so much, because here's why teams can fail, whether it's in sports, politics, business, and certainly in network marketing. It's if you let anyone come along, you give all this value and time and energy to anybody, and then what ends up happening in that environment, the people who contribute the least take the most. Like if I allowed that, I'd be on the phone all day long, responding to emails all day long. Our customer support would be on the answering people all day long, and the majority of the people that I would be investing all my time all day into would be the same people who don't contribute anything. You can't have an organization like that. So we do have a very clear, and I'll be clear what it is today, a very clear bar about if you want to benefit from everything I'm sharing with you, if you want to have our money, it literally is, our money going into helping you build your income, which is literally what's happening, then you need to meet at least a bare minimum contribution. It's something anybody can do. It's easier than any other system I've ever seen put together, but we need to be very strict about it because we've set it so low. We are going to make it possible for anybody listening right now to succeed, but you have to bring something, and we're clear about what that something is. In network marketing teams, business teams, sports teams, political teams that don't succeed, it's never clear what people need to do in order to create a winning organization. It's going to be very clear for you guys today what you need to do if you want to be a part of the win. If you want to create freedom, the freedom lifestyle, financial freedom, time freedom, everything that this model promises, if you want our help, it's going to be very clear what you need to contribute, and it's very, very simple and easy. To understand it, let's now break down the compensation. Earnings disclaimer real quick. There are no guarantees regarding the income from the MyDailiy Choice opportunity. And for those that don't know, MyDailiy Choice is the parent company of Hempworx. The success or failure of each affiliate, like in any other business, depends upon each affiliate's skill set and personal effort. So, guys, this is 100% the case. What our strategy has done, though, is it allows you to leverage the collective effort of the team. But there's still no guarantee. If there was, this would be an illegal security by definition. In fact, even securities can't guarantee a result. It's, because then you're getting into a pyramid type, true pyramid structure, where you're guaranteeing, hey, if you pay money into this thing and don't do anything else, then you're guaranteed to get rich. That breaks down after a certain amount of time, and it's just not in the spirit of what it means to be a true entrepreneur. It's completely removed from the spirit of the positive side of capitalism and contribution. And so just from a philosophical perspective, our legislative arena hates it. And I understand why. It's just, we're just not, it just doesn't really fit with what makes life worth living, to tell people, oh, just pay money into this thing and you'll get rich. So it just violates everything. So there's laws, and socially, anything like that is looked down upon for good reason. And the economic reason is it's a pyramid. Only so many people can obviously enter into it, and then it fills up. That's not what we're doing. Now, we have given you a clear system and path to follow to get a lot of help in qualifying for commissions, and I'm going to show you that today, if you just do your bare minimum contribution. But there's still no guarantee. There can't be. You got to look, and I would go as far as to say anyone looking to get rich doing nothing other than paying like a tiny amount of money into something, you're looking for like a chain letter or something that they used to have. It's just not who we're looking for. We're looking for people that are looking for a clear path to create a distribution network and create an amazing income with a company that's going to be here for decades to come. So you can create an amazing life for yourself. And you're looking to not have to do it on your own. You're looking for support. You're looking for a lot of support, perhaps. We're fine with that. You want to be able to leverage my marketing. You want to be able to leverage the team's marketing so you can grow it faster. That's cool. But you're also the kind of person that's saying, what can I contribute? And that makes sense to you. That's who we're looking for. So let me go into the compensation plan a little bit. I'm not going to go deep dive into it because I want to get into the strategy so you have a clear path for how we help you optimize this and capitalize on this without being on your own. But you need to understand enough of it to understand that strategy. So there is and I encourage you to study this thing. You don't need to know it inside and out, but spend some time with it. It's going to set you and your family up for life. So why not get familiar with it? You'll find it when you log into your MyDailiy Choice back office. This is a table of contents. One of the first sections is retail customers. I'm not teaching people how to retail products. I think it's awesome if you want to, but I'm teaching you how to build your own distribution network, how to leverage our entire team to be able to do that faster, to qualify for residual income. The retail aspect of this isn't residual, but it's certainly something as the years go on, and as this company becomes more and more well-known for its products, I imagine many, many people in our organization will be doing that, but it's not where our focus is right now because of the timing of the opportunity. For those that have seen some of my other presentations, they did 170 million in sales last year. They did 100 million in sales in 2017, 2018. They are entering into what we call critical mass. As the years go forward, I have no doubt they'll become a billion-dollar company, and there'll be a lot of brand familiarity, and there'll be a lot of people in the market who just want to purchase the products only. And at that time, it'll be easier to be a retailer of the product. And I imagine tons of product will be moved in my and your organizations from people who want to do that years from now. And if somebody wants to do that now, great, but that's not what our strategy is about. Our strategy right now is about building that distribution network, generating residual income, being in the right place at the right time, and being able to leverage the team effort and our marketing and our expertise and everything that we're giving you and helping you with, as I'll describe today, to be able to build a residual income. So part of the residual income, jumpstart bonuses are part of it. It's also something you get paid right off the bat when you're first getting started. So part of it isn't residual and part of it is. The way that works is it pays you a percentage of the total business volume that you bring in every month. So if you enroll people this month using our system, then you're going to get paid a percentage, rather high percentage, right off the bat to help you, with marketing expenses, to help you put money in your pocket. The part of it that's residual is when you bring people in and they start duplicating the system, as I'll explain today. When they're bringing people in and they're bringing people in, you're also getting a bonus. The jumpstart bonus is you're getting a percentage of that as well. So that aspect of it is residual. So one aspect of it is what you get when you enroll people to put money in your pocket right away. The second part of the jumpstart is what it's paying down here. We see level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, and so on. As others that you refer people, and they refer people, duplicating the system I'll go over today, you're also getting residuals because you're getting paid on that as well. Now, what I wanted to bring your attention to, this red arrow says affiliate. It's only paying 25% to affiliates. So some people, and maybe you listening right now, have come in at the free affiliate level. And I'll be really underscoring today why I don't encourage that. I mean, that's your choice. But when you're coming at the free affiliate level, make sure your team understands this. First of all, you're at a major disadvantage in terms of what you get paid. You're only getting 25% commissions when you refer people. Second of all, you can't earn the binary and any of the other things that I'll be going over today, which is where the big money is at. And that's where the team effort helps you, is in the binary, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So you're just at a major disadvantage if you're coming in at the free affiliate level. We'll talk more about that today. But you can see here in the Jumpstart bonus, you're making a lot less as an affiliate. The builder is somebody who's purchased $40 BV or less. So again, you see they're only getting 30% commission, as opposed to directors getting 35%. If you come in at director, if you come in at executive, getting 50%. So ideally, someone is at executive, which we call level 2. I'll talk more about that today. So you're making more off the same effort. And that's really, really important. You're also going to get paid on a lot more levels on that residual income. Okay, so then there's the binary. And this is really the big deal, because this is where that big freedom lifestyle can come from. And this is where our strategy is really focused. Now, the strategy we put into play can help you capitalize on everything, as you're using our system to capitalize on all the compensation plans. But this binary compensation plan is the focus, because we'll talk about this today, when we're placing people underneath you in one leg, and then we allow you to even get your team helping you place people into your second leg, it is blasting off through the team effort, leveraging the entire team. It's blasting off 2 legs. And all you need in the binary is 2 legs to make massive income. As you can see, obviously these results aren't typical, but and then nor would they need to be or be expected to be. But those that achieve master affiliate, just in the binary is my point, can make $1 million a month in the binary. So I just look at this as, this has unlimited income potential, and you only need 2 legs. So we built our strategy, and I'll be going over that in detail today. We built our strategy around helping you drive down 2 legs. And again, as I was saying earlier, as long as you do the bare minimum contribution, and you're not trying to wiggle out of it or be weaselly about it. And by the way, guys, I got to say that because I need to protect those of you who haven't been an entrepreneur and people haven't tried to take advantage of your goodwill before. People will, when you offer a lot and you go the extra mile, like massively, like we're doing, even if you say, okay, I'm going to go the extra mile and give this incredibly generous gift to you, which is our strategy that we'll go over today in detail. When you say that, and then even if you say, if you meet these really reasonable, simple commitments, you're going to have people go, well, here's all the reasons why I can't meet those commitments, but can you still give me all that incredibly generous stuff? It's going to happen. And you need to be very, very strong not to let your energy be taken up by such people. So as long as someone's willing to meet the bare minimum commitments, we're going to do insane amounts for their success, because this is set up, this whole compensation plan is set up where when we help people win, we win. But we don't want to help people win who are never going to contribute anything and don't give a damn. because if we help them make money, we know they're not going to pay it forward. So that's what you have to be really careful of. We're asking people to do very, very little. And I'll be clear what that is today. And you need to be clear to your prospects, pre-enrollees, people who've signed up for free that are trying to wiggle their way in. You need to be very clear that they need to meet those bare minimum requirements that you talk about today if they want to reap the insanely outweighed rewards that we give in return. So binary, just understand it in its basic form. In order to qualify in the company, you just have to be doing 40. It says PV. Whenever you see PV, it's basically the same as BV. One stands for personal volume. The other stands for business volume. When you look at the products, when you're ordering products, it tells you what the BV or PV is for that product. So to put it in, they're all a little bit different, but to put it in perspective, oftentimes you'll see something that costs $69 being worth 40 BV or PV, to put that in perspective. So to qualify for the binary, you need to be doing 40 BV a month in purchase. You want to be building a relationship with the products yourself. That's part of the model. You should know the products. You don't have to. Again, you could be an affiliate earning jumpstart bonuses, right? There's that other compensation plan for free affiliates, but you're going to be on your own if you're doing it that way. If you're going to be getting our help, helping you build your binary, as I'm about to go over in a little bit, you need to be at the bare minimum of 40 BV auto ship. That's the minimum. Then you would needed to have, again, using our system, which I'll go over today, you will have referred someone in the left leg and the right leg, one or more people, for a total of 90 BV. So you needed to have contributed something. That's all. You needed to have contributed something. So you're doing 40 PV, and you've got someone on the left and someone on the right, or multiple people you've referred using our system that are doing a total of 90 BV in the left and right. Then you've contributed something. It's very, very small in comparison to how much help you're going to be getting from the team. Now, this down here includes the team help. So whether your upline brought them in, or whether your downline brought them in, or you brought them in, you start getting a monthly check in the binary, which is residual, meaning it just keeps on coming in from previous work. You get that no matter who brought them in. Once you get 300 business volume on the left and 300 business volume on the right and the legs. And we teach you how to use the tools to be able to control when you're using the system and you're referring somebody in, if they fall on the left side and the right side. Like, we'll talk a little bit about that today on when you want to focus on what. Now let's look over here at what you make. Again, if you're at the builder level, which is somebody just doing 40 or, well, you got to be doing 40 to even make it. So 40 PV a month to get the binary. You're only getting 10% payout. On this one, you get 10% of the weaker leg. That's how the binary works. 10%, that's a lot less than if you're a director, 12%. It's the same work. It's the same effort. If you're an executive, it's 15%. So usually when I refer to the binary, I think of it in terms of 15%, even though we do let people come into our system at director and get 12%. You're going to be able to make a lot more off the same efforts and make more off of the business volume coming in from your upline if you're at executive. But again, you would at least be at director. We're setting this up so even if somebody is in a really dire situation financially, they can benefit. I'm going to come back to the binary, and when I talk about the strategy and how the team helps you qualify for the binary, that's what makes what we're doing so extraordinary. And so I'm going to come back to that, but I do want you to have a basic understanding of the entire compensation plan, because it's how you get paid, and you're getting paid in multiple ways as you're focused on the strategy we're setting you up in. Let me say that again. We're focused on a strategy that helps you optimize the binary, and you're able to leverage the team effort to optimize the binary. But as we're doing that, you're making money from these other compensation structures at the same time. So there's leadership check matching. And this is actually one of the main drivers of why upline like me are so motivated to help you get to an income. You want that. You want upline. You want there to be things built into the compensation plan to incentivize the upline to help you get to an income. This is one of them. And this is really why our strategy of helping people build two legs is so exciting, and why it's just ideal. So again, it's called Leadership Check Matching Bonus. I don't like to talk about builder because that's someone, at the extreme low level, but because they're going to get paid less off the same effort and the same volume even your upline's helping you get. Directors getting 25% matching bonus. Executives are getting 30%, same effort, 30%. And down multiple levels too, meaning people you referred and they referred and they referred and they referred. What this is referring to is you're getting a percentage of the binary check that people in your team have gotten. So when I show you the strategy today of how we're helping you, and it's built in to help people build two legs and start making binary checks, it's really exciting if you've decided to take a leadership role and really pay attention and really make a lot of money here, because it's a win-win as you're helping people just by understanding what's going on, understanding they need to be making their commitments. Like, you're just referring them back into the system and making sure they understand all of this, referring them to calls like this. Just by doing basic, easy stuff like that, it's a leadership role, you're getting rewarded by getting a percentage, and a pretty big percentage. I mean, 30% is significant. You're getting a significant percentage of their binary check. So if someone in your organization, if you get someone like me underneath you and they're making $10,000 a month because they take off, because, I'm a self-starter, guys, and there's going to be a lot of people like that. You get someone who does really, really well, you're getting 30% of what they get. Now, the idea is that's because you were helping them understand what was going on. You were making sure they could find a video like this, and attend a call like this. It's not complicated stuff. You're getting incredibly rewarded well for just using this a really simple system and taking a leadership role and just making sure people understand how the system works. And you don't even have to be the one explaining it, but just making sure they're getting on calls like this. You're going to get a percentage of the checks that are developing. Really, really, really incredible. Okay, and then I want to say again, this is definitely set up to be a legacy company. Their vision is there. They've proven they can handle the growth. Any company that jumps to 100 million, they were the fastest network marketing company in the world in 2018. And anyone that goes from 100 million to 170 million the next year and can handle that kind of growth is clearly capable of becoming a legacy company. And the reason why that's important is as this starts to unfold, if you just keep your focus here, guys, and you follow this system for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, as the company matures, your income starts to get ridiculous. You start to attract people like me who are top producers down so many levels deep, and you don't even know who they are and never talk to them. That's what happens if a company can be around long enough and is able to handle the growth and has proven that they can create products and a structure that can grow like that. And they've done that. This is at the beginning of what we call critical mass. And I can't overstate how exciting it is when we're entering into this. Because of all of that, because we know that they can handle the growth, because we know that they can create that kind of growth with this kind of a model. When you use a system like we're setting you up with, we're talking about insane amounts of money you can be at a few years from now if you take this seriously. And again, as I go into the strategy today, you'll see there's nothing here that we're asking you to commit to or do that you can't do. It's like ridiculous how simple we've made it. Global bonus pool. So the company actually, this is on top of everything else. This is just happening automatically as you're doing what you're doing anyway using the system. Those who enroll for customers using the system, sometimes I get customers, I'm usually getting affiliates because that's our focus with our system is looking for people who want to build a business and want to have that freedom from home and want to follow my lead and my example and use our marketing and use an easy system to build a business. So most people we attract are an affiliate. You get 4 affiliates who purchase any amount of product in a month, and you get a share in the global bonus pool. Also, if you rank advance, meaning as you move up the ranks in the company by meeting certain benchmarks, you get 2 shares. But for every, I want to be really clear, let me go back there. For every 4 affiliates in 1 month, you get a share. The company takes 2% of their total volume in a given month. You know, they did 170 million last year. So, you know, we're talking like, and now it's a little bit more that they're doing. You know, I don't know if it's 20 million a month, that'd be 240 million a year. So I don't know exactly where they're at, maybe 15 million in a month that they're doing. They're taking the total volume and they're taking 2% of that and sharing it with the people who earn these shares in a given month. And it's easy to earn shares using our system, get 4 affiliates and you got a share. I've had some pretty big checks with that. But again, my focus now is on helping you guys get big checks like that. Okay, so rank incentive. Oh, so yeah, so that was the global bonus pool. Now let's look at the rank incentive. This is all on top of each other, guys. So when you reach the certain ranks, you get to 5K affiliate, which is just 5K in volume in a given month between 2 legs. You get a $500 check. A 10K affiliate, $1,000 check. 25K affiliate, you get a $2,500 check. This is a one-time bonus. A 50K affiliate, you get a $5,000 check. Now to put this in perspective, I got to 50K affiliate my first month, my very first month of December, I got to 50K affiliate. But then my months after that, I've been at the 25K affiliate because initially I was just signing people up myself, but then I started putting most of my time into building the systems and the structure and everything I'm going over today. And so I've been hovering around in between 25 is like, I think I'm at 42K this month. So I'll be at 50K, back up to 50K again. And then soon as I'm now shifting focus onto helping you guys, that's what, you know, we're at the top of this thing, guys. You guys are here all at the top of this. What I'm going to be sharing with you today, like I'm releasing our level 2 marketing strategies this week, and I'll go over those today to blast all of this off. So I expect to be at the 100K level here soon. I'm only going to get there, is my point, by helping a lot of you get to these other ranks. That's what this whole system is about. That's where my focus is at. That's why I had 214 enrollments in December and only 50 this month, because my focus is shifting to helping you guys get on the leaderboard, helping you guys capitalize on the binary compensation plan. And that's what the strategy I'll go over today is all about. But I did just want to put it in perspective and say I reached that my first month, but now I'm hovering around there. It's very, very achievable, guys. And if it took you 6 months or 1 year or 18 months to get to any of these levels, we're talking life-changing income for most people. And as you can see, I mean, they pay up to $500,000. It's a one-time check for those that reach the master level. You can look at the compensation plan for more details on what it takes to reach those levels. But, you know, that's CEO level money. And that brings us back to our earlier point about the corporate pyramid. This is the only place that I'm aware of that anybody can step into. And if they just take it serious and follow a simple system that's achievable, that they're clear on, which is what we're going to go over today, you can make CEO level money, and that is pretty remarkable. Then there's the VIP auto bonus. On this one, you get to the 5K affiliate, which, by the way, Trish Payne did that in her first month. I shared a Facebook post that she posted today. I shared that earlier in this presentation. She reached the 5K affiliate. Now, to get this to be really clear, you need to maintain that for 3 months before you start getting that. But she hit that her first month. Again, I hit 50K affiliate my first month, and then I've maintained 25K affiliate here. I've been doing this 3.5 months, so I'm now getting the $500 a month car bonus. This is just on top of everything else. They are extraordinarily generous with their compensation plan, and it's all very, very achievable when you have a clear path and a clear system, which I'm going over today. Then there's the elite expense accounts. Again, for those of you who want to start thinking like a CEO, and again, I know that most of us went to traditional public schools, and so we were trained not to think that we almost were taught that it's shameful to start dreaming of anything outside of middle-class income. But for those of you who've broken out of that limiting belief and you realize you do deserve to have it all, and you realize that you're not harming other people when you succeed, but in fact, you're empowered to help other people. If you've broken out of that peasant mindset that's drilled into our minds in the public education system, and you do want to start thinking to attract more abundance into your life, then this starts to move you into how you can get that CEO level income. And maybe it'll take you 5 years, maybe it'll take you 3 years. Maybe it's not a goal you have now, but just because you follow this system 7 years from now, this becomes achievable. But this is a monthly expense allowance that they pay those that have given tremendous value to the company. And even if you never want to even dream about earning an extra 100,000 a month on top of everything else, that CEO level money, even if that's not something you want to ever dream about and go after, maybe you're just here for an extra 500 a month, 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month, whatever it is, that's fine. But understand that because they've built in those generous incentives to reward those who take that leadership role, that's good for you, because then people like me spend months and months and months burning their eyeballs behind the computer screen, and you don't have to set all this up. Like everything I'm going to go over today that I've set up, like I'm just giving it to you guys, but I'm able to do that. I'm able to put my focus and energy here to accomplish CEO level rewards as opposed to just building my own company. I'm able to put that into empowering other people because of this generous compensation plan. So be grateful for these high level incentives, even if it's something you don't dream about or aren't going to set your mind on achieving yourself. So I do encourage you to go back and study the compensation plan, study the rank requirements. I'm just looking at the table of contents here. Log into your MDC site, MyDailiy Choice Hempwork site, and find the comp plan. See exactly what it takes to reach those rank requirements. I think it's quite amazing, guys, that anybody can step into this and follow an incredibly simple system and achieve those kinds of income levels to create whatever lifestyle you want for yourself. And guys, it is really, really fun to do. Like, it's very rewarding to be able to help other people. It's very rewarding to be able to make that big of an impact in other people's lives. When you think about how many people out there that are suffering, like literally suffering from the inside out, like they're not in an environment where they even know how to flip the switch in their mind and start believing in more for themselves. And to be able to give people a ladder and a hand up, and to have a system that anybody can easily follow to empower people in that way, and to have you get rewarded and to move into a life of abundance, it's really, really mind-boggling and phenomenal. And I just encourage you to invest a little bit of your heart into it and not just be like this stoic, like, I don't know, like, don't look at it just heartlessly. Like, think about the full impact of being able to embrace a model and a system that empowers people in this way. Take the time to understand the deeper layers behind this, like studying this compensation plan, and not just what you get out of it, but also the impact that you're making. And I think you're going to start to get really, really excited beyond just getting rich yourself. Study the terms and definitions, understand what's going on. With that said, let's now move into the strategy. This is really what sets us apart. In order to help a lot of people succeed, as I said at the beginning of this, it's just really important that people have a clear path that they can see themselves doing. You know, if people are on their own, it's scary. It's really easy for the limiting beliefs to start setting in, and it just takes a lot longer to achieve results. So what we've put in place by speeding it up dramatically, by making it clear what everyone's contributing and what the strategy is and how that helps everyone win if everyone does their part, or even if just, we actually have the full expectation that not everyone is going to do their part, and to make sure that we kick them out and focus on the ones who do their part, which is very, very easy. And I'm going to be very clear what that is. That's how we create a winning strategy. That's how you can join the winning side of the equation here, by plugging into something that makes it clear, not just what you're getting, but what you're contributing. Okay, so first of all, most of you have already seen this and started experiencing this in some way or another. Your team is building the first leg. Now, you should be contributing to that, and the compensation plan makes sure that you do. Remember, it's very little, but using our system, which I'll talk about today, you want to start referring pre-enrollees into the first leg too, because you have to do 90, remember, you have to refer 90 BV, whether it's one or a few people, into your left leg and your right leg to qualify for the binary. Now, your teams might help massively more than that, but you need to contribute something, and that's important for reasons we've talked about, philosophically, economically. Nobody should be here trying to get rich doing absolutely nothing. That should scare you, that concept. Now, the idea that you can get massively leveraged income, like you can gain massive leverage by working with a team that has clear commitments to you, that set up clear commitments back, and you're clear what those are, and that you can make a crazy amount of money by making a small contribution. That can get you excited. But no one should be here that's trying to get rich doing absolutely nothing. We don't want you on this team. There's something seriously wrong with that mindset that's almost like a disease. And my heart goes out to you, but you're going to suffer in life if that's what you're looking for, and it's not going to work. But those that are looking for a lot, that are willing to contribute a little, I'm cool with that, because the combined efforts of the team allow it to work. And this is that strategy. You're already seeing that your team is placing pre-enrollees underneath you now. Some of you have seen a lot of people already enroll underneath you. Some of the people have enrolled as free affiliates. Some of them have enrolled as directors. Some of you have executives that are ready to move forward with our level 2 strategies, where I'll be going over that in a little bit, where they're going to be using the same marketing methods that I'm using. And they have, some people have $1,000 or more a month that they're going to be advertising with. Some of you have people that are that committed already that have been placed underneath you. Obviously, that's a huge, huge advantage. But it starts with pre-enrollees. We're going to talk about that. And then as more and more pre-enrollees fall in, the system is sorting for the action takers, for the people that are ready now, and that rewards those that take action first. A lot of you have experienced this yourself. You see how the system works, and the leg starts to grow. Your team is working together, combining their efforts to drive pre-enrollees and team building and business volume in your first leg. I'll talk about how in a little bit, but I want you to understand this core strategy. If you are meeting your commitments, the team also works together to build your second leg. If you meet your rock bottom, ridiculously basic commitments, your team adds you to 10 different uplines marketing rotators, where they're devoting 10% collectively of their income. And because there's 10 of them, then collectively that starts to add up to help you drive down the second leg. Now, again, the compensation plan requires you also contribute to the second leg. And one of the commitments, which we'll go over, is you need to be doing your best to contribute. Even if maybe you're falling short, maybe you haven't enrolled anybody, that's okay, but you need to be contributing and doing simple things that we know you can do, which I'll talk about today, that help contribute to it. And as long as you're doing that and you've met your basic commitments, you can have help from your upline to build that second leg. Well, let's be really clear about what is entailed, what the commitments are that you're delivering, and what qualifies you to get this help. Extremely important. So if you're at level 1 or 2, once you have 100 people on auto ship in one leg, in your first leg that your upline's helping you build, that's the first qualifier. Let me just say, because I didn't write it here, if you're at level 3, we'll go over the levels in detail in a little bit. If you're at level 3, then you can get added to your 10 uplines marketing rotators right away. Now, we're initiating that right now. I know some of you have signed up and are like, I'm not in 10 different marketing rotators yet. Yeah, we're initiating that this week. I'll give you an update on. We're just launching all of this, guys. Again, I started in December. I need to prove to everybody that my strategies work. I brought in 214 people, then I brought in, I don't know, about 50 or so in January, February, and March. All this time, I've been putting all of this together for you guys to be able to duplicate. So when we're bringing all these people in, they know what to do. Everyone can duplicate the same process. So we're adding people to the 10 marketing rotators now, this week, and I'll give you an update in a minute, who are already at level 3. If you're at level 1 or level 2, level 1 is a director. We're going to go over this in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to say it really fast right now as a reminder for those that already know, and then I'm going to go over in more detail in a minute for those that this is all new for. Level 1 is people who are at director level on 40 auto order a month. Level 2 is people who are at executive on 90 auto order a month. Level 3 are people who are duplicating the strategy Robin and I use, which takes more time to set up. We call it the cash flow formula, because you're you're able to scale up in a massive way. That's how I bring in so many, such a high number of people. That's level 3. People at level 3 don't have to wait to have 100 people on auto ship to get added to 10 different uplines rotators. If you're at level 1 or level 2 and you're saying, shucks, that sucks, I wish I could get added right away, so unfair, people with money always have the advantage. Before you go there in your mind, let me point something out to you about why this is to your advantage as well. On purpose, it was designed to be empowering to those who might be broke, but still willing to do their bare minimum. It's to your advantage to have us incentivize and reward those and to sort for and identify those who can invest more, contribute more to the growth of the organization because they want to grow faster. Because as you're plugging into the same system and you're employing either level 1 or level 2 strategies, or as your uplines driving people underneath you with level 1, level 2, or level 3 strategies, the people that are coming in underneath you, either from your own efforts or from your upline spillover or your downline, this system is sorting for the producers. And it's giving them a vehicle and a path to grow faster, which is under you. So it is to everyone's benefit, dramatically so, that the system is constantly has all these built-in mechanisms to sort for and to empower people at their optimum. If the best you can do is director at $40 auto ship and plugging away at our slowest building strategies, then that's how you contribute, and you have a way to still get your help on your first and second leg. But if somebody can do more than that, you want them to be sorted for and incentivized, identified, and empowered, because as your uplines spilling people over into you, and as your downline are bringing people in with the same system, and as you're bringing people in, you want the system to be able to identify and empower the top producers, the people who come in at level 3, because they're underneath you. And you get paid from the organization they're building as well, because you're part of the team. So really, really, really powerful regardless. So let me say again, okay, so the team's helping you build the first leg. A lot of you are seeing that already. To get help on the second leg, you need to be at level 1 or level 2 and have 100 people on auto ship in your first leg, or you're at level, because that's your contribution. Or you are at level 3 and you get added to those 10 different upline rotators right away. Again, if you're waiting to get added right now, it's because we're implementing it this week. I'll have an update on that in a second. You're also meeting your commitments, and your commitments are, and it's kind of restating this, you're at director or executive level, you're on auto ship, and you're demonstrating an effort. And I'll talk more about demonstrating an effort in a minute. That does not mean that you need to be successfully enrolling people, but you need to be showing and demonstrating that you're consistently plugging into the system and contributing something. You're contributing pre-enrollees, which is going to happen if you're using the system. Again, we'll talk about how easy we've made that. It's ridiculously easy. But what we don't want is people coming in, getting on auto ship, disappearing for 3 months, and then coming back and expecting to have their second leg built for them. No, you need to be contributing something. We make it really clear what that is, and I'll get into the details. If you want to build this fast, then you want to be at level 2 or level 3. Those are going to be the fastest. Those are our biggest contributors. I'll talk about level 2 a lot today because I'm getting ready to launch the level 2, I call them guerrilla online marketing strategies, this week. And I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Now, level 3 is the absolute fastest once you have it set up. I don't particularly encourage people to begin in level 3 because it does take a while to set it up. It's a much more robust marketing funnel that we help you set up. And once you have it set up, your results are insane because you can scale, meaning you get some ads going and you're able to make money back immediately because you're selling different affiliate programs and stuff that our system has built into it. And then that helps you break even on your ad costs. You're basically generating leads for free. And this is what every 7-figure income earner online in every industry is doing, guys. Even in the network marketing industry, if they're making the big bucks, all the coaches and consultants and Grant Cardone and Frank Kern and Marie Forleo and Brendan Burchard and Eric Worre in the networking industry. This is what everyone's doing. It's the same model. And that's level 3. It allows you to scale. That's where you get the ridiculous results. But it takes time to set up. So we want everyone to start either in level 1 or level 2. And then you can start, maybe for those of you who have the resources and you want to do it, you can go into level 3 and start setting it up, but you'd still be doing level 1 and level 2 strategies, because those are something that you can initiate immediately. Level 2 and level 3 are the fastest growing strategies. Level 1 allows everyone to leverage the team as long as you're meeting your base bare commitments, which we talked about, which we'll go over in a little bit more detail. As long as you're meeting your bare commitments, even if you're financially just in a really dire situation, everyone can afford to do level 1. And you need to be more patient, because now you're leveraging the team and your contribution is now different. It's more like you're the tortoise that's going to do the bare minimum. And even if you don't produce very well, your team's going to help you massively. And so even if you're financially challenged, you have a way to win on this team. But what's going to end up happening is you're going to be attracting, or your upline is going to be spilling over level 2s and level 3s over time into your organization. And that's when it starts to speed up. If you yourself want to see fast growth, you want to be at level 2 or level 3 if you can do it. Let's talk about the level 1 strategies. So again, your upline's working together with you to build 100 people on auto order and more, but that's like the big benchmark on your first leg. And if you're in level 1, I'm going to say something new here for those of you who've been with us for a while. Listen carefully to this, because this is going to be an adjustment in our overall strategy for level 1s only. If you're in level 1, my recommendation is that you put all of your traffic initially into your first leg to help, to help speed up you getting to 100 people on auto order in that leg faster, so you start getting help on your second leg from your upline sooner. And B, because your upline is spilling over people into your first leg, if you place people in your first leg, that gets the people you've placed in your first leg more excited faster, because they're seeing action. And since you're at level 1, if you were putting all that into your second leg, there wouldn't be a lot of action there yet, so they might not be excited. So if you put them into the first leg, they're going to see all the spillover from your upline. It creates more excitement, increases the likelihood of the people that you're bringing in as a pre-enrollee to sign up, which puts money in your pocket because you get the jumpstart bonus. And then you can put that jumpstart bonus aside to help you launch your second leg. So I'll say that one more time. If you're at level 1, my recommendation, I'm not requiring it, but my recommendation is that if you're at level 1, you set 100% of your traffic. And again, for those that don't know how to do this, we teach you how to do this when you go through the training, which I'll get into in a minute, how you find that if you don't know. If you're at level 1, I suggest you put 100% of your traffic into the same leg your upline's building. And you can ask them, is that my left leg, my right leg? They'll help you. And that way, you're going to get to 100 people on auto order faster in that leg, in which case when you do, if you're at level 1, then you get added to 10 different uplines marketing rotators, and you'll get 10 different uplines helping you build your second leg. And you'll more likely, I'm going to repeat myself here, you'll more likely get signups, because the people you're bringing into your first leg initially are going to get more excited when they see the upline spillover, because that benefits them. Therefore, you're likely to get more signups, more cash in your pocket from those signups, which you can earmark for when you blast off your second leg. When you get added to the 10 different uplines marketing rotators, you'll have some money to work with, more likely to blast off your second leg. So that's my recommendation to level 1. Level 1 strategies include solo ads. Now, right now, it's not exactly a solo ad, but it's very, very close. So I put it in that category where it's called My Lead Gen Secrets. I call them 1 cent leads, because the leads are literally 1 cent. A level 1 strategy needs to be easy. It needs to be so inexpensive it's almost free, or free. Now, the MLGS 1 cent leads right now are working phenomenally well as a level 1 strategy, because they're so cheap. And it's so easy for anybody to do. And that's what you want for a level 1 strategy. It should be really, really inexpensive to free. And it should be really, really fast and easy for someone to do and to maintain. Because it's expected that people at level 1 are going through a challenge in life, either financially or with their time or emotionally or both, all of it. That's the, we need it set up to empower those people and to give them a ladder. And so level 1 strategies need to be really inexpensive and they need to be really easy to do. Again, with that in mind, because they're really, really inexpensive and really, really ridiculously easy to do, they're the least effective. But the MLGS leads, the 1 cent leads that we've tested, are phenomenally effective for being so cheap and being so easy to do. So far, I've gotten 3 enrollments from them. I spent no more than a total of $45 if you don't count the $30 setup. If you count the $30 setup, which is a one-time fee, maybe $75 for 3 enrollments. And so I made more money than I spent. And I got tons of pre-enrollees, any of which could still upgrade to at any time. And hundreds of people that I've plugged into it are getting pre-enrollees, and I've gotten lots of signups reported back. I haven't done a great job of tracking signups yet because I see enough to know we got it locked. It's good. It's a fantastic lead source. I'm kind of blown away by it, actually. I would have been happy with it at not even close to half the result. It's a phenomenal lead source, but it's not going to grow your business super fast. It's about you plugging away at it. It's really, really simple to keep going. And then you want to add methods on top of it. The methods that you add on top of it are Facebook posts, and our other upline groups we plug you in to give you exactly what you can post, and people are getting great results on that. People are also posting on Facebook using the new app that the company created, which is free to do. You can also upload videos that I give you to your YouTube channel, and we're getting consistent reports of people getting great leads out of that as well. Lots of enrollments are coming from YouTube, which is a free strategy. Level 1 is the 1 cent leads, which what I wanted to say is that could change. If I see that the MLGS 1 cent leads aren't getting great results for the cost and ease of it, then we'll switch to another source. But they are by far the best results you can possibly get that I've ever seen for the cost and how simple it is to do. But you don't want to stop there. If you're at level 1, you also want to do Facebook posts regularly, which our upline shows you exactly what to post. And you want to use the app that the company gives you, which is free to do, which is also helping you post. And then you want to load my YouTube videos, or even start to get into adding your own intros. If you're ready for that, you can create your own YouTube videos, or if you're not ready for that, just post the videos that I give you that I have on my account. People are getting results from that, and those attract really high quality leads because of my messaging and so forth. Top producers are attracted to the content that I create. So if you're consistent with all of those things and you follow through on, you're doing those things and you're active, then you're going to be leveraging your upline who's helping you build your first leg, because you're going to have level 2s and level 3s growing faster, driving spillover down there. You're going to start to attract level 2s and level 3s underneath you, even if you didn't bring them in. So it starts to speed up. If you're at level 1, switch slides there. If you're at level 1, the price you're paying is consistency, so that you can give your team time to bail you out, basically. It's really what's happening. And you're contributing with your consistency. We're giving you a very low bar to be able to contribute to, because that's telling us, your team, when you're doing your end, that's telling your team, hey, if we help this person get to an income, they're showing that they can stick with something, they can see something through, even if they're in a tough spot financially or whatever's going on in their life, they can see something through long enough. And that tells us that, hey, they stuck this out, they met their commitments, let's give them some even more juice. Like, we'll be giving you more and more as you're doing that longer and longer, because that's telling us if we get you to an income, you're probably going to pay it forward. Those are the kinds of attributes that a person has who's most likely to pay it forward. So level 2, well, and again, to be really clear, level 1's director, 40 BV auto ship. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because there's another nuance to that I want you to be clear on, but that's basically level 1, director level, 40 BV auto ship. And then, meet your commitments, your email, real simple stuff. It takes you minutes, literally minutes a day to do the MLGS leads, posting on Facebook, literally a couple minutes a day, uploading my YouTube videos. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel, we show you how to set it up. It'd take you maybe an hour if you're brand new and tech challenged to figure out how to set up your YouTube channel. And then once you have it set up, literally minutes a day. We're talking extreme low bar here. So what you're paying, and basically free. I mean, very, very, very low cost for the return potential. So what we're talking about here is you're paying by basically raising your hand and saying, look, I'm in a tough spot in life. I'm willing to be consistent and contribute where I can. And you're basically raising your hand and saying, so if I start to get an income here, you can trust me that I'm going to pay it forward and that I'm solid. It's basically what's happening there. Level 2 are people that want to become top producers. You want to grow a lot faster. You want to be proactive. You want to be contributing not just to your own growth faster, but to the growth of others on the team that are doing the best they can. Knowing that when you get them to an income, it's just going to accelerate your business more because out of gratitude and them showing they have the qualities to pay it forward and to pay attention and to pass it on, you're going to have this exponential growth. Level 2 want to grow faster. Still, you've got your upline helping you get to your 100 committed people on auto order. But now we're doing, like I'm starting this week, you're doing more aggressive marketing. I call it guerrilla online marketing strategies. I think, one second here, guys. So I'm going to get into that in a second. I just want to set up what it is. And I was looking for the slide. It's coming up a little bit later where I go into where we're at right now with level 2 and launching this week. I'll go into that a little bit. I just want you to understand these strategies first. So level 2 is, I have solo ads here, but it's a more aggressive, little bit more expensive, quite a bit more effective than the 1 cent leads. Little bit more cost, but still quite low. We start people in level 2 out with the solo ads. These are like the true solo ads. We start them out there because they're low cost and it's faster growth than the 1 cent leads. But then we'll move into advertising. And we're setting you up with the ads. We're showing you the ads that we're testing. We're going to start advertising on YouTube and on Facebook. Now, Facebook's a little bit tricky. I think I'll earmark why for a later call. But we're researching all of that now. I've spent millions in advertising, have had a lot of success advertising on Facebook. But when you advertise opportunities, they have really strict rules around it. And so we're researching all those strict rules around advertising and opportunity. And we're going to be testing that. And we're sharing with you the ads that we're using and the results we're getting. And when you like the results we're getting, that's when you jump in. We will continue to be your guides. This is what we do. Level 2 gets to kind of follow the path that I trailblaze with Robin, and we're just trailblazing away. We're shooting videos. We're testing different lead capture pages. We're seeing how many signups we're getting per dollar invested, and we're showing you guys these results. We're showing you how to do it. Even if you're not tech savvy at all and have never done any of this before, we just show you click by click how to set it up, and you duplicate with the same marketing and videos and funnel pages that we have. And what a lot of people don't know that aren't successful in marketing is that marketing is a fluid thing. Like, it's a constant test and ebb and flow. It's not like, oh, this is working forever. It doesn't work like that. And so we're your guides, setting you up to follow what we're doing that's working, seeing the results we're getting, so you can jump in when you like what you see without risking all of your money and time and energy or having to develop the expertise to be able to do it yourself. Shaves years and years and years off of it for you to be able to duplicate what winning marketers do. It's really, really powerful. Again, we'll start. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later today. We're going to start this week with solo ads, real solo ads that will be quite a bit more effective than the 1 cent leads, but also a little bit more expensive. They're still pretty cheap, but a lot they'll be more expensive, but also more effective than the 1 cent leads. And then we're going to move into the advertising, which is a little bit more complicated, but because we're giving you everything that you need to do to set it up, and we're giving you the marketing and showing you exactly what we're doing step by step, you all will be able to do that. I'll come back to that a little bit later today because we're going to launch that this week. We're really excited about that because everyone's going to benefit. I also want to talk about how everyone benefits when we turn that on. Now, level 3 is, again, the cash flow formula. I also call it the predictable cash flow formula because you can really predict and scale. This is high-level marketing. It takes a while to set it up, so I don't like to start people there. And if you do start there, which is cool, and you start setting it up, I'd still want you doing level 1 and level 2 strategies, even if you're in level 3, because it takes a little while to set up level 3. But once you have level 3 set up, you're able to scale up, meaning you're advertising, and you can spend massive amounts of money on ads to drive in leads through your automated system, because it's set up where you're selling different affiliate products to your leads, all automated. And again, we have it all set up for you to duplicate what we do. And when your system's selling those affiliate programs to those leads, you're getting cash right away that's offsetting the cost of your ads. And so you're either spending half or even getting the leads free, in some cases making a profit while you're generating the leads, and you're just able to scale and spend so much more in advertising. This is what everyone who's wildly successful online does. So level 3 isn't for everybody, don't need to be there, but you should be really excited about the fact that your upline is placing people underneath you, and your downline's bringing people in, and this system, and you're bringing people into the system, and it's sorting for people that do want to do level 3. And now you know you got a long-term top producer who can really do some wild things in your organization, which comes back to meaning you make a lot more money too, even if you're at level 1 or level 2 yourself and not in level 3. So those of you who are not in our organization, I mentioned, and I'm going to move on here in a second, but those of you who are not in my organization, and if you don't know if you're in my organization or Robin's organization, just ask the person who referred you here. If you're not in our organization, you can still duplicate using our ads, our marketing funnels, this entire strategy, and basically work with us the same way you are if you were in our organization, as long as you're using the predictable cash flow formula, because that's the system, that's what it is. So we're not here to sell that to other people outside of our group. That's not the goal, but a lot of people come to us wanting to know if they can duplicate what we're doing, and that is a way that you can duplicate all of this as I'm describing here today, and use everything that we give our downline. So just talk to the person who referred you here about the predictable cash flow formula. That's the place to start, because if you're not in my organization, you have to be at level 3. Let me repeat that. If you're not in my organization, you have to be at level 3, because that's where you would get to work with us to duplicate the highest leveraging marketing that we do. If you are in our organization, you can do level 1, level 2, level 3. And I should mention, if you are at level 3 and you're not in my organization, there is a way still to have your organization who comes in through the system, they could come in at level 1 or level 2. You'll want to ask us about that after you've watched the predictable cash flow formula class. Okay, so to break this down into its simplicity, and this really is incredibly simple duplication, you get pre-enrollees using either level 1 strategies, level 2 strategies, or level 3 strategies. You email your pre-enrollees the emails I give you. And as you go through our system, we show you those emails. We tell you exactly when to send what. And then when people enroll through the system, they duplicate the same process, either at level 1, level 2, level 3. And again, while a lot of people might come in at level 2, a great number of people come in at level 2 and level 3, guys. And so you're going to be getting those either from upline spillover, as I said, or through you using your own system. You're going to be getting top producers that are in a position to invest a lot into advertising and grow more quickly. You're going to be getting them in your organization using this system. And if you're at level 1 and you got to grow slow initially, as long as you're consistent, like it's inevitable that through the spillover, you're going to be able to get solid top producers in your left and right leg. And it only takes 2 legs, as we talked about, to make unlimited income in the binary. So this is a phenomenal path that anybody can duplicate, no matter where they're at. to achieve that residual income lifestyle. It is phenomenal. So I mentioned I was going to break down how to qualify for the different levels, because I said there was a nuance to level 1 that I wanted you to be clear on. To be at level 1, that base level, you need to be at director and on 40 BV a month auto ship. Now here's the caveat. You don't have to maintain director, but you must maintain the 40 BV auto ship. So let me explain. If you look at the compensation plan carefully, you're going to see that to maintain director level in the compensation plan, you have to do 90 BV auto ship. But we're not requiring that because we're trying to set this up so that if people are in a financially challenged situation, they can still build a residual income leveraging the team. If you fulfill your base commitments, and we wanted those base commitments, the lowest bar, to be low enough that we knew that if someone really wanted to do it, no matter what situation they're in, most likely they could do it. And I've been in those kinds of situations, so I can speak from experience when I think about that group who are financially challenged, time challenged, emotionally challenged. I've been through those periods. I believe, having experienced that anyone can do this that's able to attend a call like this. So let me repeat, you do not need to maintain your director status to stay in level 1. You just needed to have come in as director and then maintain 40 BV auto ship. I repeat, the compensation plan with MyDailiy Choice Hempworx requires that you do 90 BV auto ship to maintain director status, but we don't require that to be in level 1 and participate from everything I've talked about, including getting help on your second leg. You just needed to have come in at director or get to director and then do 40 BV auto ship. And then you can maintain level 1 and get all of the incredible benefits of being on the team with the strategy. Level 2, if you want to grow faster, if you want to become a top producer yourself and grow more quickly with more aggressive marketing strategies, which again, I'm going to come back to the level 2 strategies here in a minute because I'm initiating that this week. Then you, to get into level 2, would be at executive level, doing 90 BV a month auto order. Now, you have to maintain, in this case, to stay in level 2, you have to maintain executive with 90 BV auto ship. So you need to get to executive and stay at executive. And the other caveat to this is, if you're in the United States, you need to get the executive pack at 400 BV to get into level 2. If you're in a country that cannot purchase CBD, there are some other options to getting here without, because you can't get that pack. And I just want to refer you to the comprehensive review. If you go to the comprehensive review and study that, in fact, I'll show you that page in a minute if you're not sure what it looks like. It reviews in detail, regardless of what country you're in, what pack you need to get into level 2. If you have any questions, contact the person who referred you. But basically, you need to be an executive and at 90 BV auto order. I just want to say again, just make sure you watched the comprehensive review and know all the nuances, depending on which country you're in, of what executive pack you need to get to qualify to get in there, because we want to be fair to everybody, and we have a very specific strategy for how to get into level 2 based on which country you're in. And that's in the comprehensive review video. And I'll show you that before we end today, what that page looks like where you can find that video. Again, you can contact the person who referred you and said, hey, I'm looking at level 2. Mike mentioned I need to get a certain executive pack to get in there. Where do I watch that video that goes over that? We want you to understand the strategy. If you're going to be a level 2 player, you're a top producer, you're a serious player here, you want to understand the strategy. And then level 3 is just somebody that's at executive, maintaining the 90 BV, and they're in our Profit Platform Ambassador Program system. That's the system we use. That's the cash flow formula. That's that high tier marketing system that allows you to scale and grow really fast. I want to say again, even if someone comes into level 3, while we're helping them set up their level 3 system, that really robust marketing funnel, we're going to be plugging them into level 1 and level 2 strategy so you can be going right away. I did want to mention before I move forward, being on auto ship is extremely important for a number of reasons. One is you need to build a relationship with the product. And number two, you need to be following a system that duplicates moving product. Like it's just, yeah, you can be a free affiliate and you can be out there promoting, but I've never seen people very successful who don't have a relationship with the product who promote it. I know that there are some industries where that works really well, but it doesn't seem to work very well in the network marketing model. So I'm not saying that it's impossible, but first of all, you're only making money on the jumpstart bonus. So you're limiting all the other residual income you can build. And it's just not something that we want to advocate or work with. So that's why we stress auto ship. Now I had people say to me, but Mike, I want to change my order every month. And so I wasn't on auto ship because I wanted to try this product and that product. And I couldn't afford being on auto ship and trying all these other different products on top of it. But what you may not understand, and this is so important, guys, when you get on auto ship, you can change your product as long as you do it from the auto ship section. So you can change the products around every month, even if you're on auto ship, as long as you're placing it through the auto ship section. So if you don't know how to do that, I made a video on YouTube about it. Ask your referrer, understand not only how to set up auto ship, but also how to change your products if you want to while still remaining on auto ship. It's very easy, but you need to do it through the auto ship. And the last caveat to this, and I'll get back to the strategy, you actually get loyalty points now. This is something they just initiated. You get loyalty points. So by being on auto ship, you actually earn a lot of free product, and I mean really generous. And so learn about that loyalty program also. You'll be getting points. It will just happen automatically that you get to use to purchase products. It's really cool. Okay, so I want to move deeper into the strategy and how everyone benefits massively as we turn the page here and start to turn on level 2 marketing strategies this week, which I'm going to go into more in a second. But the slide you're looking at right now is showing new pre-enrollees 780 on the left and new pre-enrollees 543 on the right. The reason why I'm showing this is a slide from the last webinar I did a couple weeks ago, but I'm showing this to you because I want you to realize the first phase of seeing growth and income that comes from the business volume in your 2 binary legs. The first phase of that is growth with pre-enrollees. And again, when we turn on this level 2 strategy, you're going to see growth from the spillover too, from your uplines. And if you give it time, it will start to build momentum. But if you're at level 1 and you're not contributing much, but the bare minimum we talked about, and you're looking for all the rewards of benefiting from the top producers that are investing a lot more money and probably time than you, then what you're contributing is patience so that you can see the momentum build. And I just want to bring your attention to one of the things to be looking for. And maybe initially it will just be in one of your legs. Like if you're at level 1, you might want to go ahead and put all of your traffic with those really level 1 strategies into your first leg, as I talked about earlier. You got your upline spillover. If you give it time, it starts with pre-enrollees growing. The first month, the second month might not be wild growth yet, but as it starts to build and compound, it starts to become wild growth. You start to then have more and more enrollments coming in. Give it time for that to happen. That's how the strategy works. And then it compounds. And then once your second leg opens up, same thing. It starts with pre-enrollees, not a lot of them at first, and then it starts to compound. If you give it time, if you understand that's the nature of it, then you understand how to achieve incredible financial success here, even if it means you're needing to leverage other people on the team. Give them time to build momentum. So we're going to start to see a lot of that surge of growth begin here because we're turning on a higher gear. I call this level 2 guerrilla online marketing strategies. Now, I don't know where that term guerrilla online marketing strategies exactly came from or who coined it. It started, I think, back in the 90s, even before the internet. And it was talking about like lower cost, fast to implement strategies that allow you to move around quickly, that don't take a lot of time to set up. Like the level 3 strategy that we have takes a long time to set up, but it's really, really powerful once you do. Level 2 guerrilla online marketing strategies allow you to kind of come in, get the job done, in and out type of thing. And then, of course, if you find something that's working really well, you stick at it. But as soon as it stops working, you move on to something else. Uh, Network marketers that are really effective at marketing, a lot of them use guerrilla online marketing strategies. That's what you're typically seeing. Again, the big money earners use our level 3 strategies, what I call the predictable cash flow formula, because it allows them to scale. But most, even quite successful network marketers just use guerrilla online marketing strategies. These are things, like I said earlier, like the solo ads. These are things like advertising, but like not a lot of setup, not a lot of testing, not a lot of time going into testing. You're not like building this funnel, this one marketing machine that takes 6 months to put together, and then you or more, and then you walk away from it and it keeps paying you for years to come with small tweaks. That's not what it is. It's coming in with a quick presentation, a quick webinar recording that you guys will get to promote, that Robin and I create. We've already created pages that we'll be testing, but we'll be testing much more. Guerrilla online marketing just requires constant testing different lead capture pages, but it's not like a deep funnel that you're testing all these complicated things. So we're just coming in, testing different Facebook ads, seeing which ones get approved, seeing which ones don't, sharing with you what's working, and then you duplicate what's working. Same thing with YouTube. We test some things, we go, oh wow, these are really expensive leads. And we share that with you. And then we test another one and go, oh, look, these are like half the cost. You guys might want to jump in on these. Here's the results we're getting. And then maybe we test another one like, wow, this is working really, really well. And then you guys jump in. So that's what this process will look like. We are guiding you. Most of you have followed us long enough to know that we know marketing. If it's fairly new, you meeting us, then just look at our results in MyDailiy Choice. Again, 214 enrollments in the first month, and then averaging about 50 a month after that, while I put most of my focus on putting all this in place for you guys. Clearly what we do works. And so just kind of put trust in those results that you're seeing us consistently get, and just follow along. And we'll keep trailblazing. We'll show you everything that we're doing and give you everything that you need to duplicate, and make it ridiculously simple, even if you're not tech savvy, so you can duplicate. So first, initially, this week, I'm starting the solo ads. These are different from the MLGS leads, the 1 cent leads, which are a level 1 strategy. To be clear, I will continue to market to the 1 cent leads because we want duplication. Like, I don't need those results. Like, I don't need the pre-enrollees that are coming in from the 1 cent leads. Listen carefully. So you might not either. For those of you who are level 2 or level 3, you might think, oh, I don't want to dink around with these level 1 leads. I want to do the big stuff. Let's get into you might be putting your hands together, excited about the level 2. That's cool. Me too. But I will continue, and I encourage you to continue to maintain emailing your 1 cent leads, because it only takes a couple minutes or less, like a minute a day to do. And we want to demonstrate a process that everyone can follow. So that's why we maintain a level 1 strategy. It's so important. So your hands are in it. It's so easy to do, so why not? And then that gets duplicated out, because not everybody can do level 2 coming in. But then you go ahead and do level 2 on top of it. We're going to start this week with solo ads. I'm going to show you the ads that I'm advertising. I'm going to show you the results that I'm getting. I'm going to share with you where I'm doing the solo ads, and I'm going to give you the ad copy that I'm using. At any time that you want to, based on the results that you see me getting with whatever solo ad I might be marketing and showing you starting this week, if you're at level 2, you get to jump in. Again, if you're at level 1, I'm going to show you in a minute why that benefits you big time. So don't be feeling like you're left out or anything. If you cannot afford to grow fast right now, you're still going to benefit tremendously from growth that happens from the level 2s and 3s that will start implementing this or next week, depending on when they're jumping in. And I just want to say again, as soon as level 2's in place, I'm moving over to level 3. That's where the real big action's at. And you guys are all going to benefit from the massive spillover and growth that takes place from that as well. And we have lots of level 3s peppered throughout this entire team, some of them under many of you, and some of them that will be attracted and drawn from the level 2 strategy. So everyone benefits from us having a level 3 strategy in place, even if you're not in a position to do it yourself. The spillover will be crazy. So remember, your team builds leg 1. The team includes you, but even if you didn't bring anybody in, you're seeing spillover into leg 1. That's amazing. But your team also builds leg 2 as long as you're fulfilling your end of your commitments. But it gets really, really cool, as I've kept referring to, and I want to make sure it's super clear, because you can see a lot of growth even if you're at level 1. And I share this not only for those of you who are at level 1 or need to get to level 1, but I also share this for those of you at level 2 and level 3, so you can really communicate this to your organization and your team, how much they're benefiting and leveraging the group effort. So here at the top, for example, you see me, and this little red arrow points to Charles. So when I'm bringing people in with my level 2 strategies, which I'm flipping on this week for the first time, then the pre-enrollees and enrollments are not just going under Charles and counting as business volume that helps him directly qualify for commissions, but it also goes under Richard Redlin and Andre, and all the way down to the very bottom under dozens and dozens and soon hundreds of people. And then on top of that, people that I bring in are going to, as soon as Charles, because he's level 1, as soon as Charles has 100 people on auto order, or if he upgrades to level 3, in either case, people I'm bringing in from level 2 strategies, even though Charles right now is at level 1, will end up in his second leg. And not only will it end up under Charles, because a lot of people might be going, oh, shucks, I wish I was right under Mike like that so I could benefit. You're not listening. No, you do benefit. Because when I bring somebody underneath Charles' second leg, because of the strategy, that person ends up under Jason and Murray and all the way down the very bottom under hundreds of people. And it doesn't stop there. It keeps going. Like, it just, every time I'm bringing somebody in, it's ending up under hundreds of people all over the place, because I'm bringing people under Adam, which falls under Chris and James and everyone all the way down here, hundreds of levels deep. I'm bringing people that fall into Adam's second leg, which falls under Symbiote and Nora and all these people. I'm bringing people under Chris, and then that's helping Adam and Charles and Chris and Richard. When I turn on these level 2 strategies and level 3 that comes afterwards, which will be really crazy, that's helping them qualify for higher and higher binary commissions. And because of our strategy, 10% of their monthly Hempworx income goes into helping their teams build their second legs. So, because remember earlier, once you have 100 people underneath you on auto order in one leg, which your team is helping you get to, you get added to 10 different uplines rotators. Well, 10% of those 10 different upline rotators go into your group. So I'm helping them get their binary going, and it's driving down all the way down to the bottom when I bring people in, but that's helping them put more into their level 2 and level 3 strategies. Or if they're at level 1, I'm going to be giving them a level 1 strategy that they can all employ to help people build their second legs. And the same thing is duplicating on down. Let's go down like 7 levels to put this into even clearer picture. You might understand that conceptually. Let's go a little bit deeper here. So here's Hazel Moore. She's got 2 nice legs started, and she's got Lisa with 2 legs started. So every time I'm bringing somebody in, Hazel's in my left leg. So every time I bring somebody to my left leg, it's going under Hazel and this person, Michael Glass and Addison, and all the way down, which is helping Hazel increase her binary commissions. Hazel's also getting traffic from me that goes into her second leg. She's going to be in my rotator, which falls under Lisa, Andrea, David, and all the way down hundreds of levels deep, which increases Hazel's binary, which increases all these people's binaries, which increases Lisa's binary, Andrea's binary, and they're all now having more income because 10% of their income goes into marketing, which we show them how to do to also drive traffic into the people's second legs that are in their marketing rotators. So again, when we flip the switch, which we do this week, and again, it might take about 2 months to get it really roaring. I don't think it actually will take that long with level 2. Guerrilla online marketing strategies actually start picking up steam really, really fast. I would say a few weeks at the most. You'll start to, with the guerrilla online marketing strategies, these level 2 strategies with the solo ads in particular, you're going to see a major increase in pre-enrollees falling into your line. Now, give it time to build momentum. Give that time for the emails to go out, for relationships to start to be built, and for people to start to enroll, who then plug in and duplicate. And that's when the magic starts to happen. And then that's about the time where I'll be moving to level 3 strategies. And that's where I can really, really scale with a huge advertising budget. And those that are peppered throughout the organization, some of them underneath you in your left leg, some of you have them in your right leg, some of them are upline to you who'll be contributing massively to spillover as well underneath you. Wherever they are, they're peppered all throughout the organization. You are all going to see the impact of that as well. I want to give you guys an update for those of you that have submitted an email either to me or your upline, have stated that you are qualified now to get added to 10 different upline marketing rotators, either because you're in level 3, or if you're at level 1 or level 2, you have 100 people on auto order already underneath you in a leg, even if your upline brought them in for you. If you emailed either my support team, if I'm your referrer, or if you emailed your upline because you're qualified to get added to 10 different upline marketing rotators, I just wanted you to know to give us up to 2 weeks. And for any of you who qualify soon, when you contact your upline to let them know, hey, I'm qualified to get added to 10 different marketing rotators, my upline's rotators, give us up to 2 weeks, because we got to coordinate. Like, we got to find out which upline rotators should you go in. Some rotators might already be full, and then we contact the next person in line. We make sure that they're doing marketing. So there's communication going on to tighten the ship and so forth, and to help you get the most out of the marketing rotators. So give us time to get you added. So if you just emailed that in within the last couple of days, which I know a lot of you did who are qualified, I don't think it's going to take us 2 weeks. I expect to have my team trained on how to start to get you added and everything within the next few days. But give us up to 2 weeks as kind of a standing rule, because there's a lot of communication that needs to go on between the uplines to get things figured out, to make sure that everyone who said they're qualified really is qualified, and all that kind of stuff. Then we'll get you settled into a rotator. And once you get added to a rotator, be patient, guys. Don't be ridiculous. Like, make sure that, and I'm not saying that you are when I say that, but I need to speak sometimes to the lowest denominator mindset who just doesn't understand the laws of success, you get added to a rotator, you need to give your upline time to crank on their marketing. Some of the people that are turning on their rotators are implementing level 2 strategies for the first time in their life. So they're getting set up. They might be watching, they might have some money earmarked to put into it, but watching for a few weeks to figure out which method we're doing that they want to follow. We might be getting some great results with Facebook ads, but we're also getting some good results with YouTube ads, and they might not know which one they want to go with yet. Give them a little bit of time to get settled in, to start duplicating the process. Again, if you trust the strategy and process over a reasonable period of time, those are the people that are going to be successful, as it was in every success system in network marketing of past, even with the traditional models, as it is with any team, any business. It's always that way. And one of the biggest reasons why the people who join network marketing who don't succeed, the reason why they don't is because they don't understand that. They don't understand, for those of you who've listened to Jim Rohn in the past, he was a great business philosopher and circulated the network marketing industry as a great trainer for many years. He talked about how it being like the seasons, like the farmer goes out and he needs to prepare the land. There's a process there. And he doesn't come in on day one after working hard complaining that there's not a harvest yet. You need to understand the seasons of the process, and you need to see this as seasons. So you get added to a marketing rotator, that's like the spring. You just got planted as a seed in there, but you need to give it time to grow and to become fertile and to have a fall harvest time. It's just the way it works. People who are successful is automatic. But people that tend to not be able to stick around long enough with anything to win, they tend to not realize there's a process there. So I'm going to keep talking about it. You need to respect the process. And if you do, you'll be rewarded. This is a phenomenally empowering system. And if that's not obvious to you, I can tell you right now, at this point, you're going to struggle. And you need to pick up some books on success. You need to shift your mindset, because a lot of people have been trained to work a job, show up for one day's work and get paid. You go to the lowest income earners in our world, and they literally get paid that day with cash. And then you move up the ranks, and people start to learn, in 2 weeks I'll get paid, but they still expect to get paid in 2 weeks, and it needs to be a specific exact amount or they'll freak out. as you move up the pay scales and as you move up the freedom scale, you have people that understand things differently, more like a farmer cultivating the soil, allowing the process, the seed to germinate, nurturing it, supporting it, and then harvest comes. That's how the entrepreneurial freedom process works. Those that enjoy a life of financial and time freedom, that's how they work. That's what we're inviting you into. We've made it an extremely low bar for people to be able to plug in, regardless of where you're at in life, but respect it, or you too. You're not gonna give it time to work. Okay, so and if you want to grow things faster, just put more in the game. Become level 2 or level 3. Otherwise, give your team time, to reward you for your contribution. So how to follow this system the easy way? Let me pull up a page here for those that aren't familiar. Most of you are, but so you'll want to get the link to this page from the person who referred you, assuming you're tied into my team. And if you're not in my organization, you'll be able to get funnel pages like this to refer your team to, as long as you're at level 3. Step 1's right here. This is where you start. This is a level 1 strategy, the 1 cent leads. It's slow growing, but it's almost free, and it's super easy. It takes like a minute a day once you're set up. And so it can be easily maintained and duplicated. So it's a great level 1 strategy. If you're in level 1, we expect you to also do the Facebook stuff, be loading my YouTube videos, add more onto it. But this is the one we watch and make sure people are doing the most to consider you active. Everyone should be doing that, even if you're level 2 or level 3. Then go to step 2. This, once you've done step 1, step 2, this training takes you right into our training area. You just go here on Get Training. You opt in. Our team adds you to our Facebook support group where we support you in here, and you get access to a training area that covers everything from how to email your leads to how to get tied into your 10 different uplines marketing rotators, to how to set up adding people in your downline who are qualified to your own marketing rotator. Like, everything you need is in there in the training area. We'll keep adding to it as we go. And then there's system setup, and step 4, activate your marketing funnel. So if you want pages like this, hey, Robin, can you make sure to mute everybody?
I'm on it.
If you want pages like this to refer your people to, your team to, and have your links tied in so you can earn affiliate commissions to help you offset business costs and stuff, step 3 and step 4 help you set up these pages. Another marketing funnel page we use is this one. This is where we refer some of the emails we give you refers to this page. So all of you can have the same presentations, the same funnel pages. And as we test more, like we're moving into level 2 strategies this week, when you see us, we'll go ahead and start our solo ads using the funnel pages we have now. But in about a week or so, we're going to start adding more funnel pages that we're testing all the time. And we'll update you on which ones we're using, where we're getting the results we are. And you'll be able to easily have your own funnel pages exactly like ours with the same presentations, as long as you did step 3 and step 4. But again, start at step 1, finish step 1, then go to step 2, get used to step 2, start generating pre-enrollees, then go to step 3, then go to step 4. If you go in that order, it's really, really simple. So if you haven't been on track with our system, this is the page you want access to. Don't go to the URL you see in my page right now. Get this from the person who referred you, or you break the system. Always get links to things from the person who referred you to our system. If that was me, contact my support team. If we've been in communication, certainly reach out to me. But as I move into level 2, I'm extremely busy setting you guys up with that. So that benefits everybody. So you want to keep me focused on that if you can. So email my support team for a link to, just call this we call this the onboarding page or onboarding system, because it's where we onboard new members to get plugged in and duplicating. Really, really simple, guys. Extraordinarily simple. Okay, so one second here. So again, just to kind of close this out, and I'm not going to open this up to questions today. I will have a Q&A interactive call with everybody on Friday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. same time that we had today. It's 4 o'clock Eastern. I'll share the link for that interactive Q&A call so I can support you on anything, any kind of questions you have, strategy, you name it. By Friday, I expect to have already started a solo ad, so there'll be some questions probably in and around of what I showed you with our level 2 strategies we're kicking off this week. So feel free to join me Friday, 1 o'clock Pacific time. I'll share the link on Thursday to register for that. That's for people that are either in my organization, in Robin's organization, or at level 3 if you're not in our organization. Again, to find out about getting in level 3 if you're not in my organization, reach out to the person who referred you to us, however you found us, and ask them how you can watch the free online success strategy class. Online success strategy. Okay, we need you to be educated about that system before you even consider, implementing it. Okay, so wrapping up here, guys, we've made this extraordinarily simple. We've made the bar really, really low to be able to duplicate, to be able to join me and thousands of others, to join Robin. There are so many people all throughout the world that are enjoying what we call the freedom lifestyle, to be able to work when you want, to work from where you want, to be able to not have a cap on what you earn. Like, that is real. It is possible for you, but you do need to find a winning team. All winning teams require that you commit. I haven't seen a lower bar and more given back. I haven't seen anywhere where somebody could enter for so little, and if they're consistent, receive so much from so many. So if you're in a tough spot emotionally, if you're in a tough spot physically with your health, if you're in a tough spot financially or with your time, I just don't believe you're going to find a more generous team with more clarity and specificity built around a system that empowers you. It was built to be able to fill that void, to solve that problem. I have the success to point to, again, not to brag about it. It's what I've done my whole life. It's very easy for me. We have that to point to say, if you haven't known me for years and haven't seen the things that I've done in marketing for years, you can look at the results I've had just in the last few months and know that these strategies work. And that should be enough, if you follow the laws of success, to know that as your guide, there's huge value here in allowing me to trailblaze, kind of point, give you the marketing, give you the presentation, show you exactly what we're doing. Here's what we ask. Here's the real low bar to at least be at director on 40 or more BV auto ship. That's level 1. And just doing the bare minimum like we talked about today. At least emailing the MLGS leads. That's step 1 on that page I just showed you that you guys have all been given access to. And if you don't have access to it, just contact the person who referred you or contact my team and get it. Take step 1, super easy. It's almost free. Takes like a minute or 2 a day. It's ridiculously low bar. And then just be patient with the process if you're not a top producer, so your team has a chance to fulfill the vision. Or if you want to become a top producer, you would join us at level 2 by becoming an executive. Make sure you watch the comprehensive review class. Again, let me go back to that page so you all know what that is. That's on this page. If you have not seen this page, contact the person who referred you and ask them for the comprehensive review page. So you definitely want to watch this to understand the full strategy. Like I kind of broke it down today a different way, but we want you to study it. This one really covers every little detail. And then this one also, step 3. If you want to be super clear on what it means to be in level 2, to know what your commitments are. I covered it all today, but I really want everyone to watch that because it's just really, really buttoned down if you haven't watched that already. Join us at level 2 if you want to grow much, much faster. To join me in these level 2 guerrilla online marketing strategies that are not taking long to set up at all, that are really easy just to fire off and get an instant result. You can't scale like you can in level 3, but again, to get to level 3 takes a lot of setup time. If you want to just like be able to jump in and see what I'm doing and the things that I'm doing to grow fast and be able to just duplicate that using the same funnels, the same thing, even if you're not techie, come in at executive, get on 90 BV and start growing really, really really fast with us. That's the level 2 strategy. Again, or join Robin and I in level 3. If you join us in level 3, we're going to want you to do level 1 and level 2 because it's fast while you're putting level 3 together, but then you will end up with a robust funnel in level 3. It can take you a couple months, but you will end up with a permanent, I could say, life-changing funnel that allows you to generate lots and lots of leads, automate the process of building a relationship with your list, make money through affiliate programs that are built into it so you can scale up your leads. And again, I know this is more advanced than most people want to get into, but we've made it ridiculously simple. If you do want to join us in level 3, ask about watching a free class called the Online Success Strategy that teaches you how that works. Go to the person who referred you here and you can learn about that. At the very least, level 1 or level 2 gives everyone a chance. Level 2, a fast way to start really building quickly with us. I kick off that strategy this week. I'll be sharing with you my results, and we'll have a call on Friday for an interactive Q&A on any topic you want. I'm hoping I can get the first solo ad launched tomorrow. I don't know if the results will be coming in by Friday, but they might. But I'll definitely be just kind of giving you an update play by play now as our focus shifts to these faster guerrilla online marketing strategies from this point forward. For the reasons that I shared with you today, I'm extremely excited about not just what it means for the growth of my organization and Robin's organization, but you need to understand, as I shared today, it's empowering all of you. When I bring in somebody, it goes under dozens and dozens and soon hundreds of, actually it goes under hundreds of people already. It's amazing. Like when I bring in one pre-enrollee, it goes under hundreds of people.
Yes, it does.
It's crazy.
Hundreds and
like
hundreds.
it's crazy when you think about it. And when I flip the switch, that's going to be a lot of people falling under other people, empowering other people without them spending the money to have created that, of which leads to business volume that rewards them as much as it rewards me. And this trickles on down, and as I just talked about, empowering all these layers of people to have more to put into the same strategy that also helps people who are committed, at least at the bare minimum, to be able to get help, not just with one leg, but 2. I'm extremely excited about it, guys. We will open up the interactive call on Friday. Earmark any questions you have. If you have lots of questions running through your head right now, write them down and bring them to me Friday. I'm going to be on there for as many hours as it takes to get through everybody's questions on Friday. And we'll start doing these more and more often. Most of what I've been doing up until now is preliminary setup stuff so that you guys and the people that come in forever forward can duplicate the level 1 strategies, and now we're moving into the level 2 strategies. And once we get that wrapped up, I move on to level 3, and then this gets really crazy in terms of growth for everybody. All right, guys, I hope you're as excited as I am. And for those that can make it, I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye, everybody.